Everyone says their funnel is absolutely crushing it. They have the best leads, the best conversion rate, and the lowest marketing cost, but no one actually goes and shows you, analyzes it, actually can tell you actionable things of what you need to do to improve your own marketing and your own lead gen inside of financial services. So my name is James Lewis. I've owned finance companies, marketing, lead gen, financial planning companies, and all of them have the same thing and the same checklists that you use in every single one of them. With marketing, that be ad checklists, landing page checklists. And in this video, I'm going to go through real world examples of big companies, competitors of ours, ad library, Facebook, Google, all of it, and show you what I initially look at and see when I'm analyzing things in terms of other people's ads, looking at clients' ads, and as well, I will give you the exact checklist just after this, but it's also attached to this video in document form of ad checklist and landing page checklist. So let's jump right in. So, I've got a few examples here. I've got mortgage refinance Google. I've got unsecured business finance, ad library for Facebook. So let's run through a few of them. So, number one, Macquarie home loan refinance. You can see that they've got every single thing up here, so that's amazing. Now, I don't want to hide sponsor results, but we're going to go through each of the funnels and make sure we can see any improvements from there. So let's, for example, go on to Macquarie. Now, of course, they're a huge bank. You're going to be like, why are you commenting on Macquarie? But I'll tell you it from a marketing landing page perspective. And it's very hard to judge large companies like this because their goals may not be as simple as you think. Because, for example, as far as landing page goes, this is terrible. You have all of the login and everything that can get them off the page. This would be also considered not just lead gen, but awareness as well. So refinance your home loan, get features, but they've got all these other things on there that you can click to actually get off this actual page, which is not good, okay? Macquarie Group, everyday banking, download the app, everything like that, but they don't care about that as much, which is why it's much harder to judge. So let's look for someone else. Let's take a look at IMD Bank. So the biggest lesson from this is don't have anything that can take you off or take the client off of the page, okay? Now let's take a look at this. So straight away, again, same problem. Headline's not big enough, not good enough. Let's see if it's optimized mobile. Okay, to be fair, that is a well-optimized mobile. That is a very well-optimized mobile page. Unlock up to 4,000 cashback, web chat inquire. So, okay. This is a perfect example of a very well-optimized mobile page. So first thing straight away, call button, logo. Under this, you can straight away see that above the fold, they've perfectly measured this for what you call above the fold. That means that when you land on this page, you see a perfect, everything they want you to see. So you see cashback offers, home loan, how to apply, call, thingo, headline, sub-headlines, and all of the talk to us, check availability, minimum lender LVR of up to 80%. Like perfect above the fold. Sections here, find the light home loan, perfect. Investors, home buyers, refinances, all good. Great content. Landing page as well. So they have all these different aspects. Here, frequently asked questions, testimonials, talk to specialists. They've got another form, so down here. So biggest thing with form is they want a more qualified person to come through, so they're not as worried about where this form is, but this form, there needs to be an option here. So like check eligibility now, there it is, yeah, and it takes you down to here. And then you start off here, purchasing a property, yeah. Again, this is a well-optimized form. Again, I would still change and remove some subheaders, or the actual icons out of this with the navigation bar. Talking to us, that's fine. This is actually well done. Let's take a look back at Macquarie and take a look at their mobile to see if this is any better. So let's go back up to the top. Again, nowhere near as good as the other one. See, you can go back, you can go to a menu, you can log in, you can search, refinance online. You want to think of it as a landing page, as you essentially are guiding them through where they're actually going, okay? So that's a few things on landing page. Google Ads, let's actually then look at the actual ad. So budget home loan, the product name, not always the best. I don't give a shit what the product name is because bank budget home loan, like I don't care what IMB means. They only care about what they're gonna get. So Macquarie home loan refinance, big companies can do things like this and say their name because everyone knows who they are. Compare refinance options, not too bad. We want to have some kind of specific benefit always in the headline. Now let's try to find some more. Okay, top 10 refinance home loans, that's good. That's obviously Finder. ULoan, Fight C, this is a good headline. 5.1% per annum comparison rate. You could save thousands. That is a good. That is good. See Timely Home. I've been seeing these guys around. Fast mortgage brokers, refinance and save, no broker fees. Very, very good in terms of what they're doing here. So fast mortgage brokers, refinance and save, no broker fees. See how they're hedging on the negative of what people are thinking. They're thinking fees, broker, no fees, refinance and save. Again, could be a little bit better and fast, because that's a big issue in mortgage, in the mortgage industry. It's a huge issue. So that's an example of Google. Now let's quickly jump into Facebook. So we've got on this first page, unsecured business finance. So I was going to do unsecured business finance here, but I think we've covered enough for mortgage, just because they're all the same concepts, okay? So straight away we can see, very surprisingly, My Finance Pro, that's the closest to it. They're actually copying ad creatives of ours. So I actually, after looking at this video, this is a funny ads, I'm going to have to send them a cease and desist, because this is a direct copy of our stuff. So that's unfortunate. But let's go here, unsecured finance. Let's take a look. So the ad, very simple. Look, it's a good variant to run as a short script, but you also want there to be longer scripting, more details in terms of what they're actually getting, because you can't just have one type. Then let's go learn more. Landing page is not that good. Yeah, not that good. You want headline, you want more than this, straightforward, like not that good in terms of landing page. It doesn't really show who you are. It's very generic, very basic. Just think about this. You're competing against everyone else. So imagine what everyone else is doing, and they're doing more than this, which means you really have to be careful for that, because again, there's going to be other people who are doing more. Meaty, dark horse. So these are some videos. They visit Instagram. Not a good call to action. Don't visit Instagram. All you want to do is have a learn more call to action that essentially has just learn more or get offer. Doesn't have any other objective other than getting leads. Okay. Ads finance. So stop renting, start owning. Let's take a look at this. Australia's leading marketplace, quick loan request. So I've seen these guys around as well. Not too bad in terms of what they're doing. Not too bad at all, okay? So again, they could definitely go further than this, but connect with 200 private lenders, brokers and non-finance providers, get competitive offers for home loans, property development, commercial loans, business finance and more, all for free in under a minute. Again, good headline, good sub-headline, great in terms of that. They still have browse loans search, so probably not the best, but that's all right. Great above the fold, they have this. They have, again, not good to be able to have something else like that, but post a loan now, and they're above the fold, could be a bit better. They need to condense a few of these things, but again, not too bad, like not too bad at all. They've got their stats here, not too bad at all. Why choose ads.finance, 50-second application, data and security, AI powered matching. That's just a buzzword. There's no such thing right now. It's just pre-done conditions. Post your loan, get connected, choose your offer for borrowers. Yep. We specialize in commercial. Okay, this landing page is good. It goes specific into what they're actually helping you with, but also sections in order don't matter as much as you think, okay? But above the fold matters hugely. Mobile optimization is the biggest, but their ad, not the best. You want video ads that are going to be a little bit better at converting, and you want to make sure that, again, we have brands here that I won't mention, but we obviously spend probably the most in the whole of Australia on business finance in pay per lead out of probably any brand as well. So it's funny, we're not a business finance company, but I guarantee we probably spend the most in business finance for generating leads out of anyone in Australia. I've seen this guy, Asset Alley. Again, he has good ads. This is an informative ad. Some people use their property to pay off ATO debt. Our clients do it differently, and it only took days. This is a much better ad. Very to the point, but also very angled. Like the angles are very different than anyone runs. So even ads like, for example, we've got here a much shorter form. So funds in as little, no credit pulls, options from 80 plus lenders. That's fine, it's very direct, but this is a different angle, which is always good to be testing, okay? So it's always very good to be testing. Yes, learn more, again, great. Not sure if this is a landing page, I hope it is. Yeah, again, very good. He's using decreased stress by paying off ATO without refinancing your personal home. How Australians are doing this. So yeah, very nice, very nice. Yeah, I'm not sure who built this, but very decent. Looks very similar to actually our templates that we have, so might have copied our VSL, but that's all right. It's not close enough, and it's in a completely different industry, because I'm talking about BizLead's VSL. But that's a VSL now, so this is a VSL funnel. So he's getting you to click on and watch this to increase trust, so that you can actually book a call instead of just a form, okay? And then frequently asked questions. Again, we find these perform all right, not the best though, frequently asked question section. And then does this sound like you trying to relate to the customer? 100%. Reviews, 100%, but this should be higher. This should be under here before they book a call. So this should be either here or it should be right here. So you need to move proof as high as you possibly can get it. How we do it, high, that also needs to be probably not much higher, but frequently asked questions needs to be lower, because you want to relate to them more. You want to give proof that you can actually do what they're wanting. And obviously who I am, nice, very, very good. Now, obviously we've got HomeSec here, great ads, great scripting, working really well. Looks like a landing page, good as well, super simple, probably have variants running as well. But again, good ads. It's the founder actually recording the ads and having them there. As you can see here, that's Paul from HomeSec. Again, G loans, compare, true compare, unsecured. Let's take a look. So again, hidden funding strategy. This is a very good landing page. This would be converting very, very well. Hidden funding strategy, how they're doing this. Super simple, proof, but a very simple landing page. To load. Again, good ads, similar, longer form, good UGC ads. You can see someone's already there. There, you can see behind this, they're captioned. There they've got the actual captions at the bottom. So that's very, very good. Again, more unsecured. Australian steel sheds. Let's try to look for one more. Easy peasy. That's a like page. You obviously don't want to run anything that's a like page. Let's quickly jump on mortgage refinance. Take a look at some of these. So person only with a visit Instagram. Yeah, probably not. You don't want to do that. You always want leads are always going to be more valuable. Okay. Refinancer, #1 mortgage broker for doctors 2025 winner. You always want to start off by not saying how good you are, but you want this as the proof. So you always want to start off with a hook or a problem-based question or both, and then you have all the features and everything like that. 1,400 5-star reviews, very nice. But #1 mortgage broker for doctors, they don't really care. You get much lower cost per lead by doing that. The ad, you need UGC, so refinancer needs to be doing UGC to illustrate how good they actually are, because the better you get, the more detailed your ads need to be, because you actually need to explain to people why you're that much better than other people, and that's very important. It's way more important than people think, okay? Review your mortgage / your mortgage rate. Again, it's an image, not too bad. Freedom Property Investors, these are very good ads, very long form. The reason why they're such long form is they need informative ads because they sell such an expensive service. So just remember this, the longer and the more committed you need them to be, the more detailed and the more value you need to provide in the ad, okay? So if it's just a refinance, you need a little bit less. That's why images can still perform so well and everything like that. But in terms of an actual, like this, which I can't even click learn more. Let's see if that works. No, because that's see, I'm pretty sure that's a Facebook form. So that's actually a Facebook form that you're using, I believe, which you want to stay away from. Landing pages only, okay? Landing pages only. We'll go back to here now, because that's not loading. But anyway. Let's click on one more. So, again, apply now. I believe these are going to be forms, so you don't want to use forms. And you see the different also, they're using longer form, they're not using square. It's good when you're testing different formats, but only good once you've got a proven concept of a format. You always want to start in a square and you want to expand out from there. Then you do your actual horizontal, then you do a more vertical split, and yeah, in 59-minute pre-approval. Yeah, trying to be different. Again, it's a good angle. Whenever you're trying to be different for someone else, it is very good, okay? So, hopefully you can see the way that the media team, myself, everyone looks at when you actually run a lot of money through ads and you see trends moving every single month of when they're changing and what you want to do. The things that you look at, just basic levels of improvements to make sure there's actually a checklist of things that you go through. Like, you can't have a navigation bar in a landing page. On the ads, mostly you're always going to have a new angle, like, again, not this one, but you want a new angle that you're going after. So this guy, for example, these ads would be probably performing relatively well because it's a new angle that you're actually doing. It's not just like everyone else's. Like, these are relatively simple in terms of very benefit driven. More people are doing ones just like this, but it's very good to have a very different angle and also have a different funnel, like a VSL funnel just like this. So actually having a completely different funnel around everything. Or you have something that's like an Australian leading marketplace, which no one's going to be able to do because they're specifically around a marketplace. So yeah, but hopefully that gave you a little bit of insight. Landing page things, when you actually look at it, what do you look at? When you look at Facebook ads, what do you actually look at? And the landing page, what do you actually see? So you can start analyzing landing pages, your own, your competitors, see where everyone's sitting in the market so you can keep pushing yourself forward. So hopefully that was valuable. Again, shoot me anything if you want, like a checklist of landing pages or a message on LinkedIn just asking for it or anything like that. But again, hopefully that was good, and I'll speak to you guys soon.